So in the last video, we seen that we received some data into Firebase and it's not what we want. You know, by default we gender set to rather not say, but apart from that, country just gave you the choice, which again was a default name value, but not ideal, and the rest of them were blank. And you don't want this to happen, so this is what validation is. So if I jump back here, and we're into a feedback form, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to do a simple little if statement, and basically if the if statement passes all the tests, we're going to send the data to Firebase, and if not, we're not going to send the data to Firebase. So I'm just going to delete this stuff in Firebase as well, make sure there's nothing in there, so bye, and go in here in our if statement. So in our if statement here, and the first thing we're going to say is fn value if that is not equal to empty. So what we're saying there is if it's blank, if there's nothing coming in. So you want to have a real look at that. So what the document object model does here, the document object model at the top here, we look at fn. So the document object model says, right, the things that are on your page, the elements, the text boxes, the tags, everything there, we can target them using the document object model. So what we're saying is, okay, target some particular element by its ID name. Now, the input box for the first name is this fella up here. So we're now targeting this input box. And then we store that target, if you like, in a variable called fn for first name, small f, capital N. Then I say, right, grab the value that's in that text box by saying, right, this is the target area, grab the value that's now in it, and I'm now going to store that in a variable called fn value. So if I jump back down here, I go fn value now, if that, when we grab that value, if it turns out to be empty, well, we don't want to send this to Firebase. But if it's not empty, well then we do want to send it to Firebase. So that's where this if-else clause will help us. Basically, if it's not empty, it will send the stuff to Firebase, but if it is, it'll skip over it. Now we've other ones to go here as well, so I'm just going to put down a little ampersand check here. So we've got to do the last name value also. So throw that in here. ln value, that was this one up here, I think. Look, I can check them all here anyway. So ln value, that's perfect. And the next one we had was the email field value. Email field value. That turns out to be empty. And I think the next one after that is the country field value. And in the country field value, what we're going to say for this one is if it's not equal to choice, because we don't want anything to be coming back there. Like if there's a country picked, great, but if it's just choice, that means select country or there's nothing in there. Okay, and the last one then is inquiry value. That turns out to be empty. Get rid of that. I'm just going to put another bracket around it all. Does it need it? I'm not sure. I think it is actually put it around it all. So let's just run that. Let's go back in here to a REPL. Let's run. Let's put this in. B. And you know, I'll put it in an error there now, and let's see if we can pick it up. Oh, and it sent the data. I know, I was expecting that, to be honest. I was expecting it. What I didn't do there was I didn't refresh my page. And if you don't refresh it, so I'll just get rid of this feedback again. Sorry, it didn't seem to be coming up there. Give me the option now. I need to refresh my page again to get it all working. So refresh this, or refresh this page in particular. Refresh that. So we're back working here. Now, if I leave anything out now, let's go submit. I'll leave them all out. It says submit clicked, but in Firebase we've received nothing. And let's put in something like B there and C. Let's leave out email. Let's put in water not working. Let's choose Ireland. Hopefully it won't send it. Submit. And it didn't send it. Now if I send data correctly here, so BT, I've called capital BT at mail.com, choose mail, choose country, Japan, and let's say heat, not working. Click submit. Fingers crossed now this will all sync correctly. And it has synced correctly. If we leave one of them out now, so that's a very simple validation working there. Very simple. Now what we need to work on is a bit more complex validation, because if we make mistakes, we want to let the user know where they're not putting in the data. But look, that's for a later date. There's your basic validation working.